DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Mil Nikon, and let's say hello to our other Vixens. First up, we've got the lovely Lumi. How you doing, Lumi?
Pasty. Apparently I'm looking like a ghost today. But yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Gotta get some sun on you. I'm doing good. And we've got Rin. How you doing, Rin?
I'm all right.
All right. How's everyone's weekend going?
My white balance is so fucked up right now.
Okay.
I haven't done anything.
I'm glowing.
What'd you do this weekend?
Play video games.
Nice. What'd you play?
I replayed the Resident Evil 3 game.
Ooh, Resident Evil games are awesome.
Yeah. The third one was really good. The second one I was kind of disappointed with. But the third one I really liked.
I think it was the fifth one that I actually played all the way through.
With Chris and Sheva?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
I gotta say, Rin, your eye makeup is on point today. I love it. You got the whole unicorn vibe going.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was actually going to go a different route, but my eyes kept watering, so I couldn't do anything until that stopped. So I had putting it off. I was going to go a different route, and then I'm like, why am I going to do that when it's a unicorn guy? I could do all my little pastels and all that.
Yeah.
So
see, whenever I wear makeup, which is very rarely, like I can't stop touching my eyes because they always start to water and stuff because they're just not used to having like a bunch of eyeliner on them and stuff. So it's hard to not touch your eyes and get them watering and stuff. What'd you do, Lumi, this weekend? What'd you do?
Slept a lot.
Nice.
I've been a bit under the weather.
Aw.
It's just a flare though. It's nothing new. It's fine. It'll pass eventually.
Well, I got to spend the majority of the weekend standing in line at the insurance place twice, because the first time we bought a new car. It's just an old station wagon, but the first time we needed the seller's registration, old registration papers, and we didn't realize that, so we waited in line for because they're only letting so many people in at once, and so we waited in line for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Finally get in there, oh yeah, you need this. We're and it was right when they were going to close. We were almost the end of the line, so we wouldn't be able to go back. So then I came back today and we waited, and it was only about 45 minutes this time of a wait. And we got there right before it opened. It still was, there was a lot of people lined up. But finally got that done and got insured and everything's good. So that was my weekend.
Weather's nice. At least there's that.
Yeah, it was real nice. It's nice here too. Sunny, and it's about it's probably in the 60s. So
yeah, it's 70 something, and then I think tomorrow or the next day it's supposed to be 90. I'm ugh.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah, AC is going on.
Heck yeah. It gets that warm normally July and August. It'll get around there here, but we are really lucky where we are because it's a very mild weather. Like the winter doesn't get too terribly cold, and the summer doesn't really get too terribly hot, except for, like I said, July and August. So I'm pretty lucky. I like where I live.
Yeah, your weather is where I'd like to be, where it's just moderate.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you need to come. You need to come to the islands, live with us.
Still waiting for my husband.
That's right. I gotta find you a good Canadian man.
Yeah, I have to be good at this point. Just a man.
That's funny. Well, how did you guys enjoy mixing up the yet another unicorn picture? Thanks, Dave. This is Dave's pick, by the way. ID10T. He's got a thing with flamboyant pastel unicorns.
I ironically found it kind of challenging to get it where I wanted it. I literally have done probably 25 versions of this, like not even exaggerating.
Oh yeah.
Because I started working on it pretty much when I picked it, which was a couple weeks ago. I had a theory in mind. Did like, I don't know, 7 versions of that. Didn't like any of them really that much. So then I went a different route, and then it just like kept, I don't know. It wasn't hard. It was just, it wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't exactly right. It's still not exactly right, but it's as good as it's gonna get.
I did about 4 or 5 versions of it, and I did like the kind of the batch testing thing, which basically I kept the recipe. I just decided what I wanted to use, and I kept like the flavors the same, and just changed one flavor for like 5 or 6 different flavors to try to get the right one, because I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to use. And I'm happy with it because it's obviously similar to the last unicorn profile, but it's different enough to be a whole different mix. You know what I mean? So I was pretty happy with it. How about you, Lumi? Did you have fun mixing this up?
I actually kind of unintentionally made my recipe. I hope you can't hear the lawnmower. He's starting to get close to the house. I unintentionally mixed my recipe live on my YouTube channel. I was mixing bakeries for What the Front, and somebody in the comments was like, "There's your unicorn recipe for this week," and I was like, "You know what? That's awesome," because I really wanted to mix it to begin with. So, and I actually really like it.
Awesome. That works out. I like it when you can use your profile for more than one thing.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, gosh, you know what? Let's just jump right into it then. Who would like to go first?
I can go.
I'll go first.
I
named mine Mil Nikon's Unicorn Milk. I wanted to do, the unicorn cocktail was cool, and it was like a slushy. I wanted, like I said, to do something a little bit different. So I kind of went with something a little bit creamier, a little bit milkier. But yeah, when I think of unicorn, or when I see this picture, it's very pastel-y colors. So I still went with like raspberry, strawberry, and lemon, like for my flavors. So for the main like milk component, I just did 1% one-on-one cream, milky undertone. I tried to use Flavor milk, just at like 1/4% or even 0.5%, I think. But it was just too funky for this, like most of these flavors are bright and fruity, and like it was just too deep and like kind of funky of a milk. So I went with cream milky undertones. And then to supplement that in the cream department, I actually used Vape Train's yogurt drink, because I find it has a really nice bright lemony yet creamy flavor. So I did that at 1.5%. And then I wanted a combination of raspberry and strawberry, just kind of pinkish, So I did raspberry jam by Vape Train at 2.5%. Just because, like, I did blue raspberry for my unicorn drink, but I wanted like a more kind of a jammy, real raspberry in it this time. So I did the raspberry jam by Vape Train. And then throw some strawberry in there just to make it more pink. I actually went this time with Wonder Flavors Strawberry Juicy at 2%, which is it's just a real nice, juicy, real strawberry. Tastes really good, and I like it. I didn't want it to be too candy since it was going in with creams. Where last time I used the strawberry gummy candy, which is a really good flavor as well, but I wanted it a little bit more real, a little bit more kind of to go cohesively with the creams and not be too candy-ish. So that's what I did, and it turned out really nice. I'm still vaping on it, and I really enjoy it.
How do you like the Wonder Flavors Strawberry Juicy? Is it anything that is similar to it, flavor-wise?
You know what? I think one-on-one strawberry jam is a little bit similar. Maybe obviously it's a little bit thicker and more jammy. I would say it's kind of a cross between one-on-one strawberry jam and like Flavor Art strawberry juicy or juicy strawberry. It's just it's a little bit deeper of a strawberry. It's sweet, very sweet and very bold. But it's a deep natural strawberry. So it's really good. It's interesting. I think FA strawberry is it's not like deep enough. And it doesn't have like it really does have a juiciness to it, like a wetness to it that FA strawberry just doesn't have. But FA strawberry juicy would be similar. Like if you were to use FA strawberry with like strawberry jam or a deeper strawberry, I think you would get close. But it's a good flavor. I highly recommend picking it up.
Yeah, I have it. I can't taste strawberry, so.
Oh, that's right. Oh, boo.
Yeah. I'll try and see, like maybe it's different enough to where whatever I can't detect in other ones will come through.
And maybe if anything, it'll still supplement the raspberry enough to where, I don't know.
Nice. I think I have all these except maybe the jam. I don't know if I have that one. Looks good though. I like lemon with berries.
Yeah, lemon and berries just really go very well together. And I like that, of course you can vape this fresh. It's really good fresh. But then after a couple days, the lemon, it doesn't fade away. Like the thing with yogurt drink is the lemon doesn't fade away, but it does subdue a little bit to where it's a better balance with the berries, and you get it all instead of like just lemon with a little bit of. So it turned out really nice. And the lemon just adds a nice brightness to the mix that I really like.
Nice.
I always like lemon, like a small hint of lemon with all the berries, and especially that low with yogurt drink. It's probably not that potent. If anything, it just adds that brightness, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice bright sweetness to the mix, which is really, really good. No, Jennifer Winstead, she's having a graduation party for her daughter.
Might be a barbecue.
It might be a barbecue.
Maybe.
So that's why she's not here, guys. So now Barry's saying there's no sound. Is anyone else getting sound? Okay. Must just be on Barry's end. Hopefully you can get that fixed. But...
Or you can consider yourself lucky because we have rowdy neighbors and lawn mowing happening right outside our window for some reason.
I don't hear it, so I think you guys are good.
Oh, I'm getting triggered. I'm about to go run out there and fucking give him the
Stop
finger.
Going. Knock it off.
I stream.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Mine's pretty simple. As I had mentioned before, this is like a lot of versions in. The ironic thing is it got simpler as I went along, which is usually the opposite.
Yeah, normally it goes the opposite, right?
Yeah, but honestly, this one tastes the best without because the thing I was having a challenge with is I really wanted the Wonder Flavor Pixie Stick candy as a base. Because when I look at that unicorn, I just think of candy
Yeah.
and like something sugary, maybe a little tart because he looks a little sassy.
Yeah.
So, like maybe a little vanilla, just something really sweet. So I haven't messed with the Wonder Flavors Pixie Stick until recently, and I really do like it. For me, it's a great pixie stick. But the nice thing about it is you can kind of cover up the grape if that's not really what you want by adding other flavors on top of it if you want to kind of get rid of the grape part of it to give like an overall just pixie stick essence. So what I did is I used that as the base, and then that was at 1%. And then I added, and this is kind of a weird flavor, it's ethyl vanillin. It's basically I guess a stronger version of vanillin. So I don't know if you can just increase it to make it the same. I want to see you can't, because to me it tastes different than just straight up vanillin. You can get it.
I've ever used this.
Yeah, to me, it tastes exactly like the white stick in the Fun Dip. So I figured that would be perfect to pair with the pixie stick to make it kind of like a Fun Dip. Because to me, like Fun Dip is pretty much just pixie stick. It's very similar.
Yeah.
Plus, I wanted something vanilla to go with the candy note, and then I did that at 0.5%. All the flavors doesn't have ethyl vanillin by itself, like exactly how I used it. So in the notes I put, because I diluted it to 10%, and I used 50% of that. So you can get ethyl vanillin at, I think, Flavor Jungle and Wizard Labs. It's not a super common flavor, but it's really good if you like candy vapes. And then I used a touch of King by Flavor Art. It's one of my go-to flavors. If I just want something simple, I can vape it by itself. It's a really, really good flavor. To me, it tastes like the red part of a gummy worm, like the red and the clear gummy worm. It tastes like the red part of that to me. But I wanted something to give the pixie stick a little bit of a boost. So it's not just straight up grape. It's just kind of like more vaguely fruity. Without just taking away the grape completely. Because I like the grape in there, but the problem is, and this is why there were so many versions of this mix for me, is grape can get medicinal pretty quickly. And I know some people in particular are very sensitive to that flavor. So I wanted to make sure that everyone can vape it without getting that weird note. I originally put Flavor Art or Wonder Flavors pineapple candy with it, and I liked the flavor together, but it kept like bringing out a little bit of medicinal qualities if I vaped it like all day. So that's why I kind of got rid of it. I keep bumping my mic. Hopefully no one can hear that. But yeah, the Pazzo, the King, it just adds a little bit of like a red note, and the thing about Flavor Art King, it's not like a strawberry to me or anything in particular. It just tastes red.
Yeah, it's like red and like sweet and sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that you can get any of it. I mean, because it's a one shot technically. So I'm surprised at only 0.25% that you can get enough that you to add to the pixie stick.
Yeah, I went higher initially, and it kind of took away from the pixie stick quality. So I didn't want it to overpower. It's a backup note to the pixie.
Gotcha.
So that's why that's in there. Plus, I wanted something red. I tried other things. I could go into all the different versions I tried. It's pointless. But the problem I was having was adding to the grape without overpowering it and taking it away completely, or it fading away. Like I tried the one-on-one pink candy. It's like a Starburst, I guess, type thing.
Yeah.
It disappeared completely. Like you can't taste any of it. So yeah, it was challenging just trying to find anything that paired with it without either just disappearing or making the grape go weird. So that's why it's so low. For people out there, you'll probably have to double my percentages because I mix low. But
it's really good. I think I want to try. I have to get a hold of that ethyl vanillin to try it. But I was wondering, listening to you talk about why you use ethyl vanillin, Have you thought about using what is it? Candy stick candy by Wonder Flavors. Because to me that is just like the fun dip stick.
I'll have to try it because I
So
thought
that would be interesting.
I thought that was supposed to be like a candy cigarette.
Well, if you think a candy cigarette and the stick from the Fun Dip, they're basically the same thing. It's just condensed sugar in like a white, stick.
Ours here have a little bit of like a mint note.
A mint note? Really?
Gross.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's no mint note in candy stick candy.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's mint. It's been a while since I've had
I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, because when I was a kid in the States, I would have candy cigarettes, and you're right, there is like a subtle mint note, but not to the Wonder Flavors candy stick candy.
Yeah,
It's just like a vanilla. Excuse me. It's just kind of like a vanilla, sugary, like candy type thing. So I don't know. It's worth a shot, but to see if it would do something similar like what ethyl vanillin is doing there.
Yeah, it'll probably be easier for people to get a hold of.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks really good. And I didn't even think about doing a pixie stick, but that totally makes sense with the picture. I get it. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I like it.
It almost makes me want to try it, but then I'm like, candy, ew, gross.
You're not a candy girl.
I actually prefer fruits over chocolates and candies if I can.
Awesome.
So I'm
like in real life too, not just vaping.
Oh, and vaping, I don't even really touch candy that often.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it looks really good. Thank you for sharing. I'll have to make an order at Flavor Jungle and get some of our one shots and pick up some ethyl vanilla. Like that?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So beautiful.
All right, Lumi, you are up. It's going to be a shorter show today, guys.
Well, I don't know about that because I actually used quite a bit of flavors in mine.
All right.
Okay, maybe it will be a shorter show. But anyways,
don't rush, but don't you don't need to take as long either. So just do whatever speed you want.
Yeah, so this was actually really interesting because this was a dessert profile for somebody, and I was basically making it off of their flavor stash. Conveniently, thank God, because I harassed them enough, they have all the VSO fruits, which worked out. And the fruits is what I thought made it kind of like a rainbow thing. And the image that they gave me was like a small cake with like meringue, like it looked like a yellow cake with meringue and mixed berries at the top of it. So I was like, oh. And then somebody was like, oh, there's your rainbow recipe because it has all the colors of all the different berries in there. So I was like, perfect.
Nice. It's a twofer.
I actually really enjoyed this, which was interesting because had I been mixing this for myself, I probably wouldn't have used some of the flavors that I used since I was working off of their stash. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I guess I'll go into it now. I used Blackberry VSO at 2.12, Blueberry by VSO 3.02, Cream by Flavora 0.71, Lemon Meringue Pie Capella 2.76, Pineapple VSO 1.67, Red Raspberry VSO 3.17, Whipped Cream Flavora at 0.78, and Yellow Cake at 1.92. For this, I felt like I was probably pushing a lot of these flavors. It kind of felt like it might have come out a muddled mess, but it actually didn't. I was hoping that the darker berries would be kind of like a back note to it. So I did the darker berries, aka blueberry and blackberry, a little bit lower. And I did red raspberry, pineapple, and lemon a little bit higher to bring that more raspberry lemon flavor forward. And then I used the cream, lemon meringue, and whipped cream to kind of help out with the or the meringue pie bit, but I felt like the lemon more so helped the raspberry and the pineapple. And then you just got that meringue note, and then whipped cream kind of helped with that texture almost, and a little bit of cream, and then yellow cake. I thought I used that
because
one a
yellow
little.
cake.
Yeah, I mean, I was torn between a couple of different yellow cakes, but it had that like Flavor West yellow cake had that vanilla side note to it. When I was smelling it, I was like, oh, this one smells like vanilla Play-Doh. I'm so using this. And
it's so good. Oh my gosh, I love yellow cake.
It worked out. I'm really quite impressed on the vape, the inhale, the red raspberry pineapple mix is the pineapple is pretty light, but it's there. But you get that red raspberry pineapple lemon note kind of more forward, followed by like a creamy blackberry blueberry back note, and then like you taste the yellow cake on the exhale almost. Like it's really
That's really good. I'm bummed I don't have VSO blackberry or pineapple, but this looks really tasty. And
Yeah,
pineapple is such a good idea for the mixed berry type thing.
Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love. I probably will be mixing this again. I started vaping it the day that I mixed it. I don't really know what it does when it steeps because things don't really steep around my house. But I noticed slight differences a day after. So, like most things that I do, it's probably a shake and vape. And by that I mean give it at least a couple of hours and then you're probably good to go to just vape it, which is really weird for pastries. I don't know how it's going to steep out, but I'm a shake and vapor. I try to go along the lines of if it doesn't taste good, shake and vape within a couple of hours, I'm probably just going to avoid it.
Yeah, really? I steep everything, even like shake and vape type mixes. They'll get at least a couple days for me, like, and then most things get like 2+ weeks, just because I have put myself on a schedule. I just mix more than I can vape a week, and I just keep always having steep juices laying around.
Yeah, I'm not so patient. I like shake and vape. I did learn from the shake and vape master. He is my senpai, so naturally. And then I did feel kind of bad because they just placed their VSO order and they had it coming in. And then while I was making it, I was like, hey, what fruits do you have? And then when they told me they didn't have some of the fruits, I like verbally harassed them to make another order.
Oh.
I was like, how can you go for a fruity vape and not have VSO? Because for me, that's as natural tasting as a fruit as you can get.
Yeah, they're fruits. He's actually in the chat right now. He makes some good fruit flavors, that's for sure.
Yep, especially like the cherries, the red. If you're looking for fruit, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with VSO. And I tend to verbally harass a lot of people into it whenever I'm making recipes for them, and they're like, "Oh, I don't have VSO," and I'm like, "Really? I gotta fucking use like blueberry extra, blueberry wild, bilberry just to get a ish blueberry? I don't want to do that." And they're like, "Fine, I'm getting a new order," and I was like, "Okay."
She's a bully.
I am a bully. I'm so mean. I'm sorry. What the front? I'm sorry.
This looks good though. Like this looks. Do you get any one kind of fruit that sticks out over everything else, or does it blend in pretty good to each other?
When I'm vaping it, like it's weird because it hits in waves. I think on the inhale, I'm getting that red raspberry kind of pineapple, but followed shortly after is the blackberry blueberry note. And then there's that cream in there, and it's lightened up by the lemon to make it bright. And then towards the exhales, when you get the yellow cake, I think. Surprisingly, it's not a muddled mess. It might be different. I do vape on some really interesting coils, so I have a lot of surface area to test all of my flavors the way that I like them. So for somebody else vaping this, it might be kind of just weird. But
Where
for
do you
me,
get those fancy coils from, Lumi?
I make them.
Where can other people get those fancy coils?
You can message me. I've been ruined. I pretty much only use one setup. It's the 14 strand Celtic on a 5mm rod, and it fits in the drop the best in my opinion. And for me, it's just a lot of surface area and it's a really dense vape, so it helps bring out a lot of the flavors. So I always feel bad when people try my recipes because they're probably not vaping it on a Lumi coil, a Lemmy coil. But on this coil, at least, I'm really impressed, and I can taste all the notes coming in waves. Come waves in my mouth.
Nice. Waves of flavor in our mouth. That's what we like.
I mean, if it tastes like fruit and cake, why not?
Right? And it's got that like super like light, fluffy kind of meringue cream in the background of it all. So it's creaming it out. I really like creaming things out.
Nice. So, thank you for sharing. This looks really good. I want to try it. I need to get my hands on some more VSO stuff so I can try it. We had a couple people play along. I am not prepared, so I need to find them.
I can start it if you want.
That would be great. Yeah.
I'll do Sam's. I am Sam. It's
Okay.
orange schlop.
Gotcha. And I just found Brian's, so I'll do Brian's. Rum Pirate.
So I am Sam. He's our dedicated viewer. He always
Is.
has.
We can always count on Sam.
Yep. So we have Blue Wharf by Inawera at 1.5%. Oba Oba by Flavor Art at 3%. Pink Raspberry by Mullenberry at 4%. Powdered Sugar 1-on-1, 2%. Cap Super Sweet at 0.25%. And Ugly Delicious by Mullenberry at 6%, which is a strawberry gum, I believe.
I was just going to say, what the heck is Ugly Delicious?
Yeah, I think it's their strawberry gum.
I need this in my life.
Now I'm tempted to try it.
And I don't have Blue Dwarf either. What's Blue Dwarf like?
Yeah, tell us more.
I haven't tried it, but some kind of blue raspberry candy, I think. Let's see.
I like the addition of the powdered sugar.
Someone says they get blueberry bubblegum.
Okay. Interesting. So this is like a blueberry strawberry type gum, and with a little bit of raspberry thrown in. That looks really good.
I think I remember those gums. Was it like a light blue with like a pink center, and you chew on it? I think I actually used to eat that gum, like not chew. I could never resist. I would always fucking end up. Yep.
Well, the Bubblicious cotton candy, I'm pretty sure that's the one you're talking about.
Maybe.
It's super sweet when you first start chewing it, and then honestly, after a little bit, it's just the flavor's gone anyway. It turns into cement, so you're better off just swallowing it anyway.
Probably. It never lasted very long. I would chew a couple times and then swallow.
You know, and I like the addition of the Oba Oba for just a little bit of soft vanilla type, just to kind of round out that big fruity gum. Yeah, I like this, Sam. This looks really good. All right, so we also had someone else play along. We had Brian, aka Rum Pirate.
Bum Pirate.
He did a Unitor scent, and he did 1% Vape Train Bilberry Ripe, 1% Flavor West Cotton Candy, 1.4% Jungle Flavors Lemon Juicy, 2.25% LA lemonade. He also used 1-on-1 powdered sugar at 1.25%, 1.5% Inaware Shisha strawberry, 0.5% Capella super sweet, and my favorite addition here is 1.5% Real Flavors Yum Berry. So that kind of would give it a deeper kind of red feel there to balance out the lemon and the bilberry ripe, because bilberry ripe is like a really nice kind of a candied blueberry to me. So this looks really good with the cotton candy to soften it all out and the powdered sugar. Like, good job, guys. Like these all look like they would taste like the picture looks, you know?
I always get super jealous when people go the candy route, because I want to go the candy route sometimes. I just don't think I couldn't imagine vaping candy, but seeing people do it, it makes me want to try going back into candy.
You should try it. You never know. Maybe you like candy vapes now.
I think I like the pastries because it's saving me from diabetes a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I'm like a compulsive snacker. If you leave me alone for too long in front of food, I'll just, before you know it, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to just pick up my vape instead of just picking up like a snack.
Yep. I hear you. I think that's why I gravitate towards like the bakeries and stuff, because I'm just a fat kid at heart, and it helps me not eat the real thing, for sure.
I'm a savory snacker, and those don't vape very well, so I'm screwed.
When I first started mixing, my brother-in-law, he was just joking around, but he said you should make a hummus vape. And now every time I see him, he asks me, have you mixed up that hummus yet? I'm like, oh, I can't. I don't even know where I would start, and that would just be awful. That would be disgusting.
I'd imagine you'd have to use Flavora's avocado pretty
aggressively.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's just
Doritos, exactly.
Like, there are some things, like, I've heard good things about, who was it that did, it was like a pizza roll vape or something?
Yeah, Giancarlo, he did
that he made that turn out pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I would always scrunch up my nose, like that sounds disgusting, whatever. And then Addie Tooney let me try it when we met, and it's actually good. It's nothing I would vape all day, but it tasted like the pizza flavored combos.
Phantom ravioli, that's what it's called.
Yep.
Thanks, Addie. Yeah, and the Somber Sky said biscuits and gravy you might have to try. That would be interesting for sure. How would you get biscuits and gravy? Flavor milk,
avocado,
maybe some butter base.
You'd have to use avocado really light for that greasy, like slimy texture.
Yeah. Biscuit though, that can be tough. Might be tough to do that kind of dense biscuity flavor, but I would try it.
It'd be hard to get like no sweetness in there because of like the different types of dense cakes that we have.
Yeah, I was thinking like a scone or something, but like all the scone flavors also have like a fruity type like sweetness with it, you know?
Or sugar.
Or yeah.
Starch
sugar,
base.
So.
Starch base might work with maybe like a bread flavor.
Yeah.
Well, like bread flavor is not even available anymore.
I can't vape bread flavors. When it comes to bread, I get off notes. People sometimes will know that story, and I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's not. Emily is going to turn red and cut it.
Needless to say, Lumi doesn't do bread.
Lumi does not do bread.
No.
But
Real Flavors baked bread, if you can get a hold of it, is good.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Real Flavors baked bread is kind of like the best. Just bread, because they were trying to do a PB&J sandwich for the longest time over on Reddit, and I think they settled on baked bread for it.
I think Saluba Rum has a toast.
Yep,
they do. Yeah,
but it wouldn't really work for a biscuit.
It wouldn't, no, because it is very toasted. You know, it's very dark. And yeah, it wouldn't work for that dense, kind of fluffy biscuit. But if you could figure it out, Somber Sky, I would mix it up just for shits and giggles. Because I love me some biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I would ponder it, except I probably wouldn't actually tackle it because I don't do bread.
Oh yeah, fried dough might do it, but keep that shit low because it gets rank real fast. A 0.4% even, Harry, to me, I think is too high. Like 0.25% of fried dough might get you there.
Their name is Harry Sacks.
Guys, if you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, head on over to Flavor Jungle. We've got some one shots. Oops, that's the wrong link. We would love for you to support us and throw some coin our way, and that would be awesome. And if you want to donate to CASA but have something to show for it, head on over to Vaping Swag. We all three of us have merchandise, and all the proceeds goes right to CASA. So you could rep us and be cool, and also be donating at the same time. So,
and if you want to support Lumi in the weird ways of what she does, you can head over to my Discord, Facebook, or Instagram and message me about my braids or Addy stands.
Yeah, she did some good work. I need to get some I want to get some coils from you, Lumi.
Oh, Rin's got one.
All right, guys. Let's thank our sponsors and head on out of here. I think we're all done. Oh, look at that little cute skull thing. You're muted.
Who's muted?
Rin. She was talking, but she's muted.
It happens. No one needs to hear me.
Oh, yeah. Before we get going, let's show what we're doing for next week. Which James should have the picture up there. It looks, Rin, did you choose this one?
I did.
It looks freaking awesome, and I'm so excited to tackle it. It's like a s'mores milkshake sundae type thing. It looks freaking delicious. I want to eat it in real life.
My God, I don't know where to find it. I guess I'd be cheating here by telling you guys this, but I really want to try Mullenberry s'mores with this, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere other than Chef's.
Oh, I didn't realize Mullenberry had a s'mores flavor.
They sure do.
Really good.
Interesting. Well, maybe, hopefully you can find it and get it here in time, but probably not.
Probably not. I'll have to get creative in other ways.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to work out. Fun and challenging because chocolate vapes are so hard, but it'll be fun. All right. Thank you so much to Flavora. Thank you, Bull City. Scott over all the flavors. Thank you so much. And Wayne, thank you for putting us on your podcast network. We really appreciate it. Everybody, especially you guys watching us, thank you so much. We love you all. We will see you next week.